This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. Wabash County is one of 4 finalists in the state's Stellar Pathways program. The city of Wabash was named a stellar community in 2014, and Grow Wabash County CEO Tennille Zartman says the county wants to build on that win to address one of the region's greatest threats, population decline.
I think being a stellar winner will give us the resources and the credibility to continue to move that forward, so we can no longer say we're in decline, but that we're actually on that upward growth momentum. So I think that's the main reason that being named a stellar winner will be transformational for the county.
2 regions will be named stellar winners in January, sharing in $13 million in funding for community development projects. Incog Biopharma Services, a Fishers-based company that produces sterile injectable drugs, is investing an additional $125 million to expand operations, including the construction of a second 100,000 square foot building on its campus. The expansion will add 100 jobs on top of the about 140 today. Ivy Tech Community College has appointed Patrick Englert as the new chancellor of the South Bend Elkhart campus, effective immediately. Englert has served as interim chancellor since March and was selected after a national search. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
The number of state employees in Indiana has recovered from pandemic lows and superseded pre-pandemic records. IIB's Marek Mazurek has details.
There were 32,075 employees working for 80 different state agencies and departments as of July 12th, according to the Indiana Transparency Portal. That count is the highest it's been since the Indiana State Personnel Department began recording employment in 2016. Like many other institutions, both in the private and public sectors, state government employment dropped significantly from 2020 to 2022. The State Personnel Department reported Indiana state government lost more than 2,000 employees during that period. However, Chris Johnson, director of Indiana's Office of Management and Budget, said employment for the state's executive branch is now back to pre-pandemic levels. He said the state adopted flexible remote work arrangements, salary increases, education reimbursement policies, and leave opportunities to increase recruitment. In February 2022, Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb announced several policy changes targeting employee engagement and compensation as part of the Next Level State Work initiative. The changes included allowing some state employees to work up to 15 hours per week remotely and reimbursing full-time employees for higher education and professional licensing. Holcomb also issued an executive order to allow new employees vacation leave time, something previously not provided for state employees for the first 6 months of employment. Marek Mazurek, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Local and state economic officials were in the Clay County town of Staunton on Monday to mark the opening of a new subdivision of houses made possible by grant funding from the Regional Economic Acceleration and Development Initiative, or READY. The new development, Clay Court, features 10 market-rate homes on half-acre plots to help grow the availability of housing in the rural community. Clay Court is one of 8 similar housing developments under the umbrella of Thrive West Central's Homes for the Future program, which incentivizes developers to build market-rate housing in the region. The project totaled around $2.2 million with close to $200,000 in matching READY funds. Indiana Sports Corp President Patrick Talty is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.